This demonstration is going to show you how to properly align a cloud of points to a CAD model and do a surface color map. The first step is to remove the unwanted points and fixture that got scanned from within our cloud of points. We'll do that by first rotating our CAD so we can look at it from the side, going up to Insert, Point Cloud, Operator. The operator we're going to choose is called Select. With the Select operator, you have a few different options for shapes, and you can keep what's on the inside or what's on the outside of your shape. If we choose outside and leave it on box, we can drag a box around the unwanted stuff, which would be the stuff on the bottom underneath the part. And when we click apply, it's going to keep only what's on the outside. We can then rotate our cloud of points so we can see our sphere and drag another box, or we can try a different shape, such as a polygon. With polygon, it's playing connect the dots. You click the first point. When you click your second point, it draws a line between them. Then from the second to the third to the fourth, and then if we go and click apply now, it'll automatically draw a line between the fourth and the first and delete what's on the inside of it, while keeping only what's on the outside. Once we're done and we have what we want for the model, we've gotten rid of all the unnecessary points, it's very important to come up and do a purge operator. By doing a purge, you'll notice we're going to go down from a total of 288,313 points to 259,538. We'll say apply, and we'll say close. Now it's time to clean up our CAD model a little bit. We can verify that all the vectors of our CAD are correct by coming up to Edit, Graphics Display Window, CAD Vectors. By left-clicking and dragging a box around our CAD model and saying Fix Surface Vectors, we ensure that we're going to have the proper vectors for the surfaces, which will ensure a good fit. We'll then say Close. Now it's time to align the points to the CAD model. We do that by going back to Insert, Point Cloud, Alignment. You'll notice it automatically splits the screen, and all you need to do is get the orientations close to one another. So I'm going to click on my 2D rotate. Then by right-clicking, I can spin around so that they're close to the same. And by simply coming up to Auto and saying Compute, it does a pretty good job of fitting the two together. I can go ahead and say Create, and now I've got my model with my point cloud on it. We'll put it back into translate mode so it's a little easier to work with, and we'll move our model down. Now, if we were trying to match up our laser results with the touch probe results, it might be necessary to build those proper points where you would have touched off on it. To do that, we can say Insert, Feature, Auto, Point, Surface. By coming into an auto surface point, we can click a point on the model where we would have measured with a touch probe. Making sure we have the point cloud selected and not disabled, it'll extract it directly from that point cloud without going and remeasuring it. We can say Create while Measure Now is turned on, and it'll measure that point. We can click off a few more points and say Create, Create, and Create, and then close it down when we're done. We've now built 4 points. Well, with those 4 points, we could very easily come out and build a plane. So we say Insert, Feature, Constructed, Plane. By choosing those 4 points and saying Create, We've now built a plane that we can use to level and set our origin. You'll notice right now, before we do that, we're losing a lot of this surface because the points fall below it. Once we set up our alignment, choosing that plane, asking it to level, and set our Z origin to it, you'll notice most of the points now are actually visible on that top surface. This is going to make sure that your measurements will line up as accurately as possible to your touch results. You can go through the process of setting a line across the front the same way. We can turn on another toolbar to make it a little quicker. We'll turn on our auto feature toolbar and simply click surface point. Click on the front, create, over on the right side, create, and close. And we can also turn on our constructed feature toolbar, which we can drag and put anywhere we like. We can construct a line going from left to right and saying create and close. Then we can use that to set our rotation. Line 1, rotate to x plus about z plus. If we wanted the origin and the y-axis to be on that front face, we could also take that line and set the y-origin. Say OK. We can pull other sorts of features, like circles, out very easily as well. By opening up the Circle Auto feature, clicking on the CAD model, setting a depth from the top surface for measurement, and saying Create, it'll extract the feature right out of the point cloud without having to remeasure it. You can now come in and finish your alignment by setting your X origin on that circle. At this point, we can set up a point cloud color map. The first thing I'm going to do is toggle all of my label IDs off so they're not in the way. Next, I'll come up to Insert, Point Cloud, Operator, and choose the Face Color Map. You'll notice your upper tolerance and lower tolerance need to be keyed in order to tell it how to shape the model. Your upper tolerance, we're going to go ahead and give it 200 microns, and our lower tolerance, we'll also give it 200 microns. You'll notice that for the lower tolerance, since it does not say minus tolerance, you do have to put the negative sign. When you hit apply, you'll see it very quickly goes through and does the color map. When you're done, you can say close. Then you can come up to Edit, Graphics Display Window, Feature Appearance, and you can actually turn your cloud of points off so it doesn't obscure the look of the colors. At this point, we can actually go through the cloud of points and pick out individual features to build a report graphically. By right-clicking on the cloud of points and saying Edit, we can now click anywhere on our surface to build points. If we wanted a point for deviation on this top area where it's red, we click with our left mouse button. When the point cloud point information box pops up, we hit Create Point. As many areas as we'd like to do this, we can go around the model and build all these deviations so we can build a nice report that shows what this model actually looks like. Once you're satisfied, you can say Done and close. And then by coming up and saying Insert, Report Command, Screen Capture, you can send that directly to the report, which can be viewed by clicking Repaint the report. If there's any further questions, please feel free to let us know. Thank you.